Hi, boys and girls. In honor of the Lunar New Year, we're going to read a book called Chinatown by William Lowe. I live in Chinatown with my mother, father, and grandmother. Our apartment is above the Chinese American grocery store. Every morning, Grandma and I go for a walk through Chinatown. We hold hands before we cross a street. Watch out for cars, Grandma, I tell her. Most days, the Tai Chi class has already begun by the time we get to the park. Students, young and old, move in the sunlight like graceful dancers. We always stop and say hello to Mr. Wong, the street cobbler. If our shoes need fixing, Mr. Wong can do the job. Just like new, and at a good price too, says Mr. Wong. Chinatown really wakes up when the delivery trucks arrive. Men with hand carts move quickly over the sidewalks into the stores. Every day, Grandma and I walk past the Dai Dai restaurant. Roasted chicken is my favorite, but Grandma likes duck best. When it gets cold outside and Grandma needs to make medicinal soup, we visit the herbal shop. Inside it is dark and smells musty. The owner, Mr. Chung, is bagging dried roots and herbs. Winter is here, says Grandma. We must get our strength up. Sometimes Grandma and I go for lunch at a seafood restaurant. I like to watch the fish swim in the tank. Grandma says, you won't find fresher fish than those in Chinatown. The kitchen in the restaurant is a noisy place. Hot oil sizzles, vegetables crackle, and woks clang and bang. The cooks shout to be heard. At the outdoor market, I can barely move, but we go there because Grandma likes to buy fresh snapping crabs for dinner. When the crabs seem furious, Grandma is pleased. The angrier the crabs, the tastier the meat, she says. On Saturday, I take lessons at the Kung Fu school. Master Lung teaches us a new move each week. To develop your body and your mind, says Master Lung. You must practice every day. My favorite holiday is Chinese New Year. During the celebrations, the streets of Chinatown are always crowded. Be sure to stay close by, Grandma says. On New Year's Day, the older kids from my Kung Fu school march to the beat of thumping drums. Grandma and I try to find a good place to watch, and I tell her that next year I'll be marching too. The New Year's Day parade winds noisily through the streets. Look, Grandma, I say, here comes the lion. Firecrackers explode when the lion dance is over. I turn to Grandma, take her hand, and say, Gung hei fat choi, Grandma. She smiles at me. And a happy new year to you too. Happy Lunar New Year, boys and girls.